it's David with Checkout DFW. I'm here today with Realtor Jana Carmichael with Wilson Team Realty. And we're going to be talking about the importance of picking a realtor and things that you should, ask them or think about before you pick one. So how do you answer this question?
This is honestly a good question. And there are buyers and sellers out there that will go through the interview process to try to find a real estate agent that's going to, kind of meet them where they are and match their needs. And so I think some of the questions I would ask are, put simply, what are you going to do for me? What kind of information as a real estate agent are you going to provide to me? How do you communicate? What's your experience? And it's going to be different for, whether I'm working with a buyer or whether I'm working with a seller. As a seller, if it's a seller, then I'm going to want a real estate agent that's going to help me get top dollar for my home, who's going to be able to negotiate for me so that I can get top dollar for my home, so that we can ultimately get to the closing table. So I'm going to want to see, as a seller, an agent that has some experience doing that. As a buyer, if I'm looking for an agent, I'm going to look for an agent that's got the time to take me out and show me homes. But here's one thing that's really important, I feel like, as a buyer's agent. I heard one time at a class I took, and I maybe even have shared this with you at some point, David, but they said to me, ask 4 questions and show 100 homes. Ask 100 questions and show 4 homes. Yeah. So the most important part of building that relationship, I feel like, is in the beginning and setting those expectations and really digging down to find out what the buyer needs, what the seller needs, and then meeting those needs. It's a real simple interview process, but I think it's really, really important. And at the end of the day, it's, what are you going to do for me? How are you going to treat me? How are you going to communicate with me so that we can meet our end goal? And that's either buying or selling.
Right. Absolutely. Well, great advice on that, and important questions for people to, feel free to, ask, because they're making an important decision by, who they're going to work with to try to sell their house or buy a house. So yeah. Great stuff, Jana. So you can get more of Jana's insights by following her on her social media pages. So make sure you do that. Jana, thanks so much for your time.
Appreciate it, David.